Hi, I'm Navid Ansari, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can create an extension to have Rate My App functionality in your game. To be precise, in-app review. So whenever you want, there will be a pop-up at the bottom of your game or app that tell the user if you want to rate my app or not, and they can rate and comment for your app. So without any further ado, let's begin. First, we should test our code in Android Studio. Testing our Java class in GameMaker is too hard to do. So first of all, we should create a new project in Android Studio and test our code. And when we reach that point that we want, we can make an extension off of those code that we write in Android Studio, and we can use that. So for that, let's just create a new project in Android Studio. So for creating a new project, I want to use an empty activity. The important thing in here is this package name. The package name should be the same package name that you upload for internal testing or you publish on Google Play. So this is too much important to test your code. Whenever you want to work with Google API, you should publish your game or app in Google Play Console as a internal testing, closed testing, or publish it to be able to test all of these cool stuff. Just remember to, when you want to test your code in Android Studio or GameMaker, you should set the package name as the package name of the APK that you send to Google Play Console. So for me is com.mapcode.tankbattle. If you don't know how you can send your APK to Google Play Console, please watch my videos about IAP, AdMob, and in all of that I did explain how you can publish your game and send it for internal testing, closed testing, or whatever. Let's say in this app that we have in Android Studio, we want to add a button. But first, let's just run it on our emulator. My emulator is here, and I just want to run it on emulator. So we should select it over here and hit run. The first problem is that it says that the build tools version is 31 and it's corrupted. So let's just change it with right clicking on app and go to open module setting. And in here, just change it to 30. Okay, I did remove it and install it again, but it doesn't work. I don't know why. But when I change it to 30, it works fine. So now let's just run it. It compile and run it faster on Android than GameMaker, but again I prefer GameMaker. Android Studio is in my opinion it shouldn't be this complicated at all. They try to make it easy for us, but they make it harder to understand. You know, in GameMaker, when you want to draw something, you just add a draw event and it works fine. You want to add a button, you want to create UI, you can do whatever you want in GameMaker without a lot of knowledge. But in Android Studio, just creating a button, it's too hard to do. I will show you how you can do it. So in here you can see our application that we created is just showing a text that says hello world, and we want to add a button to it. Android Studio have some cool stuff, but again, it's too complicated. So I want to create a button. So for that, what I should do, I should go to res folder, go to layout, to activity main, and in here I want to go to design and add a button. First, we should set all of these to position it. Yeah, this is a cool tools to have. So now that we create this, there is a warning here. We can go to code and you can see there is the ID in here that we can use to get that button. So in the main activity in here, I want to create a button. You are watching how you can create a button on Android Studio. I want to call it btn, and it says it's not imported, so hit alt enter in here and it will import it up here. Import android.widget.button. So after that I should say btn is equal find view by id art.id.button. So with this we get that button that we created in activity main.xml. If you remember from here, we get that. So after that we say btn dot set onClick listener, and in here new onClick listener, so it will create all of this code for me. So you can see for just checking the click of the button what we should do. In GameMaker it's much easier to do this. Everything is at your hand, you can do whatever you want. But in here you should say set onClick listener, and after that new view.onClick listener, and there will be a function in that is onClick, and wherever this button is hit, the onClick event will be run. So what I want to do first, I want to say log d. What log d is, it's just a overshow debug messages. So that's it. I want to say this onClick, and tag I want to be tag. So after, it's just for debugging. So first of all, let's check this onClick event. Run it again, and you can see that it run fast. It install it fast, it run fast. And whenever we click in here, there should be a log in here that says onClick. So let's just click it again, and you can see it over here. And you can filter it in here by tag, and you can see I click button 2 times, and that's it. So now I want to create our rate my app function. Let's see where we should create that in here. I want it to be public because I want to use it in GameMaker extension, so it should be public. I don't want nothing in return, so I place void in here, and I want to call it rate my app. I don't want nothing for input, and that's it. So I want to write code for in-app review. So for that, I want to go to my browser, and I did search for in-app review Android Studio, okay? And I open this, the first result, and if we go down, I want to write code for Java. So I click on it. So if you read through this, it says, first of all, you should set up the PlayCore SDK because our in-app review is in PlayCore SDK. So let's just hit the middle mouse on this to open it in here. If you read through this, it says it has dependencies, okay? So in here we should copy this, Ctrl+C to copy it, and go to Android Studio, and in here go to Gradle.script in build.gradle module, and in here I wanna add it at the end of these dependencies. So we add it, and after that we should hit sync now in here. So it will be synced and will be downloaded. It did download without any error. We can go back to our main activity and write our code for rate my app. So let's get back to our browser, and in here, first thing that they say, you should create a manager from review manager factory. Why they are doing this? There is a lot of reason to do this, but they could make it much easier to do something like this. You can see, first of all, we should create a review manager with review manager factory, and after that, with that manager, we should request review flow, put it on request, and the request dot add on complete listener, create a task, and if task is successful, we say task get result, and put it in review info. And with this, that pop-up that we need to review our app will show up. So we can copy and paste this to our app, but in Android Studio, when you want to draw something, you should draw it on UI thread. You know that from my last video about how you can create extension for Toast. Okay, so first of all, let's just go back to Android Studio, and in here, let's say run on UI thread, new runnable, and it will create all of this code. And whatever we put inside these two, it will be like when you draw something on draw event in GameMaker. So that's how Android is doing it. I prefer GameMaker way. If you remember from browser, first of all, we should create this manager, and after that, do all of this. So let's just do it fast. So I just did copy all of that and paste it in here. So you can see that I create a manager from review manager factory, and in here create a request from task with manager.request review flow, and after that we say request.add on complete listener, and just like what we did see in here, I just copy and paste all of that in Android Studio. So we can test it, right? But let's wait, and we should change something in here. If you go to build.gradual, and in here you see the application ID is exactly the application ID that I did upload to Google Play Console. So it should be the same, so your test work. And the version name, for now, let's just change this to exactly the version that you upload to Google Play Console. So this version should be the same, and the application ID should be the same again. So know that everything is set up. Let's just run it again on our emulator. But before you run it on emulator, first of all, you should open the Google Play in here, Play Store in here, and sign into that. And your email should be in tester list. Update everything in your app, and know everything is set up, and now we can run it. Just click on run and wait. You can go to run in here, and it will show you the process that they are doing to install this app in our emulator. So whenever we click on here, there is on click, but nothing happened. Why? Because I did forget to run this function on this on click event. So let's just do that. We say rate my app, and that's it. Now let's just run it again. Stop and run it again, and no, let's hope it works. And that's it. They can review your application, and when they click in here, they can write a review in here and submit it. Let's just test something. Test and submit. Thanks for submitting private feedback. And that's everything is working now. Know that everything is working, we can create extension off of that. So let's just do that. You remember from last video, I did create this my Java class. I want to change that and use that. So let's just open it with VS Code. So you remember from last video, we did create these two functions. I don't need this, so let's just remove that from last video. You remember we did add this 4 line that is too much important. First, the package name is .com.mobcode.tankbattle, and these 3 imports that is too much important to add to your Java class that you want to create extension off of that. So I don't need this. We don't want to create a toast. We don't want it to return anything, so void is okay. And so because we put void in here, so let's just get rid of this, And now we can copy and paste our code in here. So let's just copy all of those code and put it in here. So what we should copy in this run, so from where, let's find out. This is where it starts. And okay, so let's just copy this and paste it in here. Just clear it a little bit, indent this, and that's okay. But it won't work like this. Why? First of all, we don't need this text, okay? And we should change this to rate my app. It won't work. Why? Because this get application context will give us an error. What we should do, we should use this runner activity in here. Just copy this runner activity, current activity, and just put it in here to get application context of this current activity. Next thing that we need, this main activity, that this, we don't have this. What we should use, we should again use this current activity. So again, copy it and paste it in here. And I think everything is okay now, and we can create an extension off of this. So if you remember, the class name should be exactly the name of the file. And our class should be public, our function should be public, and now everything is set up. Let's just go to GameMaker and create a new project. I want to call it Rate My App. Let's save. Now that it's created for us, we should create an extension here. I want to call it Rate My App. It doesn't matter what you call it. The important thing is that uncheck all of these except Android. And in here, select Android in here. What we should copy is this my class name, the class name that we write in Java, in our Java class, and paste it here. But there is another thing to do. If you remember, from the Android Studio, we did go to build.gradual, and in here we add this implementation in here. So we should copy this and paste it in inject to gradual dependency. What is gradual dependency? Is this dependency. So whatever we put in there it will be in here. So let's just paste it here. So now everything is set up for this. Let's add the source to it. In a new folder, you'll remember I have new folder in my desktop that my class is in there. So we select it, add it. It doesn't show you anything, but if you right click on your extension, open it in Explorer, go to Android source, Java, and you can see that our Java file is here, so we added correctly. So now let's just close this. After that, go to here, add placeholder, generic placeholder, and double click in here. You can change this name, but it doesn't matter what you name it, it will work. Again, like before, we should uncheck all of these except Android. Now everything is unchecked except Android, and we can add a function. The function name, we should copy it from here, paste it here and here and here. It doesn't need anything for input, it doesn't need anything for return type, and this will work by itself. So let's just save it, and now we can create our an object to test it. So I want to call it obj test. Let's just create a sprite for that. Create sprite. Let's call it a sprite btn for button. Edit it, and let's just fill it with this. That's it. Let's save it, and we don't need anything else. Just choose this sprite, and in here just go mouse left press, and in here just say rate my app. So with this, we should be able to run to have in-app review in our project. So before we're running, we should go to game option, go to Android, and in here go to architecture and select all of these, hit OK in here, hit OK in here. Oh, I forgot to do something. If you go to Android, you should change the version to 1.05, exactly what we did in Android Studio. You remember 1.05, and this is the application ID that we should put it in here. I will write it. Thank battle. This is the exactly package domain that I did upload to Google Play Console, and this is the version that I did upload. So everything is now okay. And now we can just select Android in here and install it on our emulator. Let's just close this, close everything. We need to delete this because it has the same application ID. No, it is deleted and we can run it now. Oh, I forgot to add this object to our room. So let's just add it fast and make it a little bigger, and now let's hit run. Of course, you can use this function rate my app in anywhere that you want. For testing, I want to use this button here. After we run it, there are some errors in here and it says we cannot find symbols, so we did a mistake. So let's just go back in here to see what we did wrong. In Android, if you go to main activity, go up, and you can see there is a lot of imports in here that we should just copy and paste to our Java class. So let's just copy it with Ctrl+C and paste it up here, all the imports. So now that we did this, we can go to our extension in Android and again add the sources, and now it is added, and now we can run it again, and I think this time it should work. Now our app is running, and if we click on this button, it should show our this pop-up to say review our app, and we can review it in here, give it a test text or whatever you want to write in there, or the player want to write in there, and submit it. Everything should work fine. And that's how you can have in-app review in your project. In the next video, I will upload this extension and I will show all of you to how to use it in wherever you want. Of course, you know that by now, but some of you may don't want to do all of these steps by yourself. So it will be easy for you to just import this extension to your project and say rate my app, and everything is okay. So until next video, thank you very much for watching. If you want to help me, please hit that subscribe button, like button, or share the video if you can. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.